Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of JoJo no Kimyou no Bouken Ougon no Kaze, or you can call it JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5 Golden Wind, which is on episode 16. This episode right here looks pretty cool, not too bad, although very intense and what's to come later, but aside from that, yeah, let's just get this recap started anyway. We see to it that Bucciarati's trying to drag down Grateful Death's stand user with him, but apparently we see to it that Pesci wakes up eventually and uses fishing rod to capture Grateful Death. But apparently we see to it that that Bucciarati ends up using his zipper to hit the fishing rod and eventually somehow unzip the guy's hand, and eventually the guy ends up falling out to 150 kilometers per speed whatsoever, and of course it looked like he died, but unfortunately the Grateful Death guy somehow managed to hang on underneath some kind of part of the train and still use Grateful Death to the very end. And we see to it, of course, Pesci himself realizing the resolve and knowing that Bucciarati's on his fishing hook, decides to give out his full-on 100% resolve to kill Bucciarati. Of course, there are times in this episode we see to it that Pesci has been using his fishing rod proficiently to a point where he's able to get Bucciarati here and there, and he was very close to actually killing Bucciarati even after Bucciarati got into the train, because the fishing hook almost got to his heart. But we see to it that Bucciarati decides to take the risky move by freaking splitting himself into many pieces, even splitting his own heart. That reminds me of that time where Jotaro had to hide his heart one time when Dio was trying to figure out if his heartbeat is a signal to see if he's alive. Of course, Bucciarati split his own heart in half in order to not to get caught, and eventually Pesci's mistake is that he was unable to keep his patience here and there, and he ends up stopping the train one time, and later on Bucciarati managed to put his heart back together before he passes out or goes into the afterlife, because Bucciarati split his own heart in half, dude. I mean, even the bullet number 6 is wondering, dude, how long can this guy hold out with his heart split in half or something, that kind of thing. And we see to it, of course, eventually, Pesci stops the train, etc., and we see to it that the Grateful Stand user ends up dying after Bucciarati faces Pesci head on. And we see to it, of course, that Pesci is literally got Bucciarati, where Bucciarati uses his hands to block the fishing hook, but it goes straight to his heart. But unfortunately for Pesci, that Bucciarati took advantage of this, took a long string of the hook and ends up somehow wrapping it around Pesci's long freaking neck, and then managed to break his neck a bit. But unfortunately, Pesci managed to get Trish out of there, and beforehand he's about to kill his crew, but we see to it that Bucciarati ends up using his sticky fingers ability on his hand and punches the guy, and then brings him over to the other side and blasts him to pieces with sticky fingers and sends him to hell. Pretty much he's dead. We see to it that Giorno and the others are okay, but as for Mista, I'm not really sure, because he got 3 bullets to the head, and I hope he's okay. But aside from that, we get to know that Trish ends up showing some kind of form of strange phenomenon. She ends up putting a mark on the ground and asks Bucciarati, why is she able to see so many bizarre things here and there? And Bucciarati's like, aw, crud, this girl's a stand user. And she tells him, answer my question, will ya? But aside from that, it looks like to me another subordinate of the guy trying to track down Trish and the others is actually on the scene and finds that parts of Pesci's body and Prosciutto, whatever that guy's name, is dead. But he actually finds some blood that belongs to Bucciarati, etc. And it looks like he could track him down using his stand ability, due to the fact that he said since it's a blood symbol of Bucciarati, he should be able to track him down. And looks like the preview of next episode, we're gonna get introduced to another stand user, which I believe is called like Babyhead. And I was told by some commenters or people, or I read some comments here and there that told me that this stand user is nothing to laugh about. I mean, looks is very deceiving, so watch out, kind of thing. Aside from that, pretty simple episode, as I said, like just a big fight in the train, and it was very intense. Grateful Dead still using his stand using ability, even after losing his arm and knowing that he's gonna die. Keep fighting to the end, and Pesci trying to kill Bucciarati, but that came out to be a fail, and Bucciarati kills them both anyway. So until then, I will see you guys in my next video. I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!